Preserving and expanding trail access is considered critical to maintaining and enhancing the quality of life in and around Breckenridge. I had the opportunity to get out on the trails with Open Space and Trails planner Scott Reed to find out a little bit more about the process.
Everyone loves new trails, and so we're always trying to find ways to build new connections and new alignments to create new loop opportunities and that kind of thing. And we fight really hard to have our trails stay, well, we tend to go for an 18-inch tread, which is pretty narrow in a way to keep people on the trail. Wider spots tend to just turn into quagmires, and again, the experience is not as good and the quality of the trails are not as good. It impacts more areas, and so a trail is an impact as it is, and so it's an exposed earth area, and so we want to minimize that. We certainly want the trails. They provide a good conduit for people to recreate, but we don't want them to be really, really wide, and we also don't want them to be braided is the other word, so you have multiple treads kind of in and out, and there's no real main tread. Those are all some of the things that we tend to deal with on a maintenance standpoint. It tends to be, if you have a wider tread, which is what you actually travel on, this is the tread, even though the whole thing's a trail, this is called the tread. If you have a narrower tread, people tend to go slower and then actually enjoy it. They feel like they're going faster because it's narrower, but if it's 4 feet wide, you'll find yourself going 15, 20 miles an hour. If it's the same trail was narrowed down to 18 inches, you'll find yourself going 10 miles an hour, but still having the same kind of sensation of, oh, it's tight, there's a tree there I need to kind of interact with, and it's just the best experience for the user. And again, it tends to have less impact around it. Roughly 18 inches is roughly what we're looking for. We'll like plant a rock here or plant a stump there to force people to stay on the trail, and you'll see some others up here that we had to work on. And next time you're on a bike, go find like a crusher fine, like one of the ones behind Vista Point. It's like gravel feeling. Yeah. And go see how fast you get down on something like that, and then try to ride something like this, and you'll find you go slower. Yeah. But the idea is that it's a little more enjoyable for the user. But here's a good example where we didn't want people to shoot right down the fault line, so we placed the stump here, or the stump that Ty just walked by. Same idea. We're trying to force people to stay on the trail. And it works pretty well in here. Yeah, we iceberg rocks, and we tend to we have to sort of place them in places where we want to force people to pinch them down in areas, or just to kind of make it, again, more interactive to the rider or to the user, so that they have to kind of avoid these things and more twisty turnings rather than long straightaways. We tend to want to do more turns. There are very few communities that have a similar trail network. I think Park City probably rivals ours, but as far as easy access from town, well maintained, there are very few other options that hold as far as the distance that we have here. It's pretty unique area that we live. Yeah, I mean, I would give a lot of credit to folks that came before us that knew that this place is amazing, and trail opportunities here are great, and we just want to continue that. About 10 dates that are set for the summer for trail construction and maintenance projects, and weed pulls and tree planting and all sorts of different projects along those lines. And we also welcome anyone who just wants to volunteer midweek. We have a 4-person trail crew that comes out and takes care of these things, and we always welcome an extra set of hands or a few sets of hands. We even offer some sort of team building approach to things, and so if you want to bring your employees or your family out to do several of you to do a day of trail work, we will certainly accommodate that, and we appreciate the help.